Yeah, Buds Prep right across the street in Great Lakes. Um, I was in Great Lakes for June through I think like September, and then went to Coronado, did basic orientation for I think like 3 weeks, and then started Buds when Buds in probably October 2013, all the way till I made it all the way through. I think we graduated like March or so of 2014, and then started SQT right after that. I got med rolled in combatives, multiple attackers. I broke my thumb, so I got one class roll for that, and then graduated SQT February 1st, 2016,
Wow, man, that's awesome. What was
or
that like?
15.
Okay, okay. What was that like for you? So you go to boot camp and then you go to Coronado. Like, was Buzz what you expected, or were you really surprised by it?
Um, no, it was pretty much what I expected. I read a Dick Couch book where
Mhm,
he kind of it's like the most at the time. I'm sure there's tons out there now, but at the was like the most accurate for what was going on, because I remember people used to say, like my active duty mentor, and then the retired SEAL Master Chief, kind of it's like what you hear about Buds then, definitely not the same now,
mhm,
but it was only like what you hear is max 10% of what was there. But
mhm,
I have a pretty good knack of like visualizing and overhyping things in my head. So I don't really honestly remember anything being like super like, wow, I was not expecting this. There was definitely things that were way harder than I thought.
mhm.
Um, but nothing like threw me off. Like the only thing, like the 50-meter underwater swim, um, I thought was like later on in Buds. It was
Mhm,
day two. I thought we did boats and logs every day.
mhm.
And when I found out it was once a week, I was like, oh, that's easy. It's not easy, but I see why you do it once a week. But like so that's what I'm getting at. Is like I thought some of these things were going to be worse than they were.
Mhm.
So everything honestly was just as bad or less than I thought it was going to be. Um, so yeah, I felt pretty like mentally pretty prepared for it for the
Okay.
most part.
Well, and I've never asked, this question yet, and I just thought of this, man, because I've had a couple team guys on the show.
Hmm.
Would you say Hell Week or pool comp was worse?
Pool comp.
I figured you'd say that. Yeah, I figured you'd say that.
Dude, I love this question when people ask me about Hell Week. I'm just like, bro, Hell Week's easy. It is literally the easiest part of Buds,
Huh.
and like mentally anyway, because and it's a switch. Because Hell Week, you can be the dumbest person on earth. If you do not have to think. They tell you every single thing to do. So as long as you can understand what they're saying and you can hear them, meaning you don't have water or sand in your ears,
Yeah.
and your body can continue to do what you're told, you will make it through.
Hmm.
Um, Now, I can't promise you what your reputation will be at the end of that, because there are
Right.
people who you're like, I wish this dude quit, before. And I've met guys in the teams where I'm like, you are literally the biggest bitch I've ever met in my life, but
Wow.
you did make it through. So, but no, so Hell Week is easy. Is if you the sooner you can switch turn that switch of like this shit is gonna suck.
Mhm,
I'm just not gonna quit. I'm just gonna do everything they say until literally my body breaks. Or I finish on
mhm,
on Saturday or Friday, whatever it is. It once you get that switch, and it depends on when people get that switch. Some people um, it's Tuesday. Some people it's Wednesday. I feel like I really had the switch kind of go off like Tuesday morning of like, okay, this is like I accept everything. Which and in a faith base, we could talk about that too. Like I just
mhm,
completely submit to what is about to happen to me, and whatever happens happens, but I'm just going to keep doing what I'm told to do. The voices that are telling me to do this, I'm going to listen.
hmm. That's
um
good. That's good.
and
That's good
then
advice.
yeah, so yeah, no, health. So pool comp is miserable. You have to remember a bunch of stuff. You have to go through all these different things, and it's all on you. There's no team. There's
Mhm.
nobody down there giving you air. There's nobody carrying, the tank for you. Like if you're in a boat crew, you might have a you're having a whatever. Like I had a really bad ITB like strain or something. So I didn't, there was times where I honestly, I didn't carry my weight. I did not do my job, f you know, carrying the weight of that boat or that log or the whatever the case may be throughout Hell Week. In pool comp, it is all on you. It's an individual sport, and you got to remember all these things. Very very stressful. I went to my third attempt on that.
Mm.
Um, After the first two attempts were like under 2 minutes each, so I was like already in my head, and again, like you can't just be like, well, I'm going to pass out. Because, like, yeah, you can, but if you didn't do anything you were supposed to do, you fail.
Yeah.
So it does, at that point, everyone knows you're tough because you made it through first phase.
Mhm.
So they expect you to be tough and like not quit. Now it's like, can we teach you something and you retain it with, when you're hypoxic or when you're tired or when you're stressed or when like you're looking at either if you don't finish this, you're going to either get dropped or rolled.
Mhm.
So yeah, pool comp for
Did
sure.
did you, I mean, this is probably a dumb question. I'm sure you've been asked this 1,000 times. What before you even got to basic, were you swimming a ton and running a ton just to kinda be, physically prepared? Because I know everybody says, well, buds is 90% mental and 10% physical, but
Mhm.
obviously you've been through it. Were you really, like, pushing yourself as an individual as far as the swimming and the running component?
Yeah, yeah. Not so much swimming because being in Vermont, it was hard to
Yeah.
get access to stuff like
Right.
that.
Right,
I
yeah.
did, I did what I could. I did run a lot, but honestly, I was in way better shape before boot camp than I was after. So it's good to go into boot camp with a base, but I've talked to younger guys who want to go, aspiring frogmen. Like,
Mhm.
look, dude, just go into boot camp healthy. You don't need to crush yourself because I promise you, whatever you go in, you will leave way less than.
Yeah.
And then that's what you're going to have dive mo in boot camp. You're going to have buds prep after that. Then you're going to have basic orientation. And again, like you just said it, it's 90% mental. Like they don't ask you to do anything that is crazy,
Mhm.
and some of the most fit guys are the first ones to quit. I mean, there's
Yeah.
Division I athletes, there's Olympians, there's professional people, athletes, just absolute specimens who could go crush anything outside of buds, and then they're the first people to quit. So it doesn't really have anything to do with your physical fitness levels because everyone is going to be fit anyway. You're trying to be a Navy
Mhm.
SEAL. Um, so your fitness level's already way above average. It's like, can you endure that every single day for 6 months
Mhm.
with, limited sleep?
Right.
Like that's when it comes in the mental part. Like a day of buds, dude, not hard at all. Really. I mean, ultimate at a grand scheme of things.
Mhm.